The cops are always there to help, even when the emergency is fashion-related. When 2-year-old Alia Garrett from South Carolina needed help putting on her pants, she declared it an emergency and called 911. Her grandfather, not knowing she had made the call, answered the door to Deputy Martha Lones. As he explained that there was no emergency, a half-dressed Alia hopped up behind her grandfather and waved vigorously to the deputy, all the while trying to put on her pants. Deputy Lones sat Alia down and helped her out, one leg at a time. Next, Alia asked for help with her shoes. A 4-year-old kid named Johnny decided to call 911 when he needed help with his math homework. Amazingly, the dispatcher helped him.
911 emergency.
Yeah, I need some help.
What's the matter?
With my math.
Was it your mouth?
No, it's my math. I have to do it. Will you help me?
Sure. Where do you live?
No, it's my math.
Yeah, I know it. Where do you live, though?
No, I want you to talk to me on the phone.
No, I can't do that. I can send someone else to help you.
Okay,
What kind of math do you have that you need help with?
I have takeaways.
Oh, you got to do the takeaways?
Yeah.
All right, what's the problem?
You have to help me with my math.
Okay. Tell me what the math is.
Okay, 16
Yeah.
take away 8
Uh-huh.
is what?
You tell me, how much do you think it is?
I don't know, 1.
No. How old are you?
I'm only 4.
4?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's another problem? That was a tough one.
Oh, here's one. 5 take away 5.
5, take away 5. And how much do you think that is?
5. Johnny, what are you doing? Just playing math off of me right now. What did I tell you about playing on the phone?
Your mother.
I need help. The car says that. I didn't mean to police.
A 10-year-old boy said he feared for his life when he called 911 on his father, Owen Gilman, for driving drunk and traveling at a high rate of speed. The child also told them that he was so scared that he was considering jumping from the moving vehicle because it was a better option than crashing at the speeds that they were traveling. Moments later the call was lost as it was being transferred to Connecticut State Police. Just after that, troopers were called to the scene of a serious 2-vehicle crash in which the vehicle driven by Gilman, a 2007 Mercedes-Benz C230, rear-ended a Jeep Grand Cherokee. The collision sent the Jeep and its occupant 50 feet off the shoulder of the interstate and down an embankment where it overturned. The 10-year-old boy and his sister were brought to a local hospital and treated for lacerations suffered in the crash. Gilman was uninjured, but was immediately arrested after failing a field sobriety test. A 7-year-old girl from Old Bridge, New Jersey called 911 in a panic after she knocked over her elf on the shelf. Isabel Lamperuta was terrified she had ruined Christmas, as she thought the elf would lose its magic after she accidentally hit it with a ball. The police are required to visit a home if a child calls 911. Isabel's mother, Lynanne Lamperuta, had been upstairs taking a nap and awoke to Isabel trying to dismiss the police from the front porch. Luckily for her, they were very understanding. To her, it was an emergency when she touched the elf. She's going to ruin Christmas, so that was her emergency. In her mind, she did right, and it was fine with us. In 2015, a brave 5-year-old boy used his mom's phone to call 911 after she was killed in a car crash alongside his big sister. Ellen Caswell was driving to the family's home in Oneida, New York when she veered off the road and smashed into a utility pole, overturning the vehicle. Her son, Caden, managed to crawl through the wreckage to find her phone. He called his dad, and told him, "Dad, Mom and Sissy are dead, and I am in the woods in a bush." The father knew his phone battery was fading, so he told the boy to dial 911 to get help. The boy told the dispatcher his mother and sister were dead, and he didn't know exactly where he was, but police found the vehicle after Cadden honked its horn. A woman is facing charges of child neglect for leaving her 5-year-old son and 10-month-old baby alone in an apartment without any food. Darnisha Robinson's son ended up calling 911 to request police help because he was hungry and didn't know what to do. A neighbor told reporters that she watched the cops bring McDonald's to the little boys and feed them. Police say the children had been left alone in the home for more than 4 hours. A Woodbridge woman is facing a child neglect charge after the 1-year-old girl she left home alone called 911. Police came to the home to investigate a 911 call. When they arrived, they found the front door open and a small child alone in the home. Police say Felicita Ortiz Sordo, a relative of the child, returned to the home a short time later. Sordo was charged with abandonment of an infant. A disgruntled child called 911 after his mother refused to give him Oreo cookies. Police thought they were responding to a domestic violence call when the 7-year-old boy said his mother threw a knife at him. "Kathy is throwing stuff at my face, and I almost died, and she threw a knife at me," the boy told the dispatcher. The dispatcher asked for Kathy's age and wanted to know her relation to the boy. "She's my birth mom," he answered. The dispatcher then told him a police officer was going to come by. When officers arrived, they found no signs of abuse. They discovered that the boy called the police on his mother when she refused to give him any more Oreo cookies. They then talked to him about the importance of dialing 911. A 14-year-old girl in Florida called 911 at 4 a.m. to ask if she could be taken to a Christian refuge because she could hear her 35-year-old mom and her mom's boyfriend having sex. The teen said that while she was not being abused or neglected, she was being disrespected and wanted out. The girl was later put in touch with a care worker at a children's home but ultimately decided that she would be better off staying with her mom despite the occasional moans. In 2015, a 5-year-old Aurora boy became a superhero after calling 911 when his mother went into diabetic shock. Aiden Byers' mom, Tara Gunderlock, is a type 1 diabetic who was incoherent when he called 911 for help. There were no other adults around, but Aiden remembered that his grandmother had taught him how to make an emergency call. The boy told the 911 dispatcher that he didn't know what was happening to his mother. "She's sleeping, and she opens her eyes, but she never answers me," he told the dispatcher. He didn't know his address, so the 911 dispatcher traced the call and paramedics were soon on their way. Dialing a phone doesn't come easy for Aiden. He has arthrogryposis and club hands and feet, his mom said.